Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another TADPOG Podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week where two old guys are supposed to play old games, but we're not. We're making a monthly thing, so it's that special time of the month where we do an all call-in show.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. No,
Just me and
good.
you.
Yeah, just hanging out. Just two guys.
Yeah, just two guys.
Hanging out in your garage. Fully clothed.
Yep.
I mean, we're not having too much fun.
Yeah.
I don't want people to get the wrong
Not
idea.
irresponsible about some fun.
Yeah.
We wear condoms. We're responsible.
Podcast responsibly.
Well, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. And yeah, I'm a dad, so I'm gonna tell a story about my daughter.
I think you should.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I think-
That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm glad.
I'm being that guy.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do.
no. Definitely do it because I feel really good that you're about to tell a story relating to you being a dad because it makes me feel better because like every time I mention it that I'm a dad and I mention Henry, I kind of feel like maybe I shouldn't.
Well, the only time I've ever been given grief about it was right after Kenna was born. Our doula has a shop of her own where she sells stuff, and she was doing a free giveaway on Facebook. So I was like, oh, okay, share this, get an entry to get like a Tula, baby carrier or whatever. Okay, sure, I shared it. Like immediately after I shared it, Blake Woods hops on there. He was like, oh yeah, that happened fucking fast. That turned around, didn't it? It's like, fuck you, man. It's a free baby thing, and our doula was good.
It's a free baby thing.
Free baby thing. I don't know what it is. But I'm gonna take it. It's free.
Free. It's a bear trap.
It's one of those don't want your baby get in the cat box? Bear trap.
Bear trap.
Oh. But all right, so kids over like the first year, because Kenna's 10 months old now. And
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
To interrupt you again, that's insane. That she's almost a year old.
But like as you don't want to find out if they have allergies till a certain point, because if they have an allergic reaction and they're very young, that's pretty bad. So you're not supposed to give them certain foods for a while. But Kenna has stumbled her way into us now knowing she is not allergic to peanuts or shellfish. Peanuts because during the big snowstorm, Meg was going out to go to Jacob of Wolffighting's fame to try to see his new show. He'd, written homers and it was out. We were going to go. But the snowstorm had her stuck in Nashville. So she stayed 2 days with her best friend that lives there. And that's UK was doing their run. I think they were in the SEC tournament or whatever. So they're over at her friend's house and they're watching the game. And they're in a small room with the door shut. And there's nothing like sharp around. So Kenna's going to be fine. They just sit her down, have a bunch of toys, and let her play. And Meg's friend also has a dog. So they have the dog's toys, and Kenna's in there with Kenna's toys, and they're watching the game. And like Meg sees Kenna start to crawl off, knows she can't really go anywhere, and they're watching the game. And then it's just silence for a long time. So then Meg knows, okay, something's wrong. So she gets up and walks over to the other side of the room where she sees Kenna has gotten one of the dog's toys. And it's one of those dog toys where you put peanut butter in the middle of it and the dog, goes nuts for it. So Kenna's fingers are a lot more dexterous than a dog's snout. So she walks over and Kenna has scooped out all of the peanut butter out of the dog's toy and eaten every bit of it. So, all right, peanuts, we're safe. We're good.
That's good. Okay, also, dogs.
Yeah.
Not allergic to dogs.
Or cats. But
bear traps, you bet.
And that's sort of cute. I mean, yeah, it's the dog's toy. Dogs shoot on it's kind of gross. But shellfish is much more gross. Because I put up now that she's crawling a whole lot quickly, I put up the baby gate and keep all the cat stuff on the other side of the baby gate. except I guess because I'd fed the cats and not moved their food bowls. So I'm out here in the annex, and Meg is in the house, but she's working from home that day. So she's there, but she's constantly getting phone calls and emails and having to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So she can see Kenna in the kitchen. She has her eye on her, and she's taking a call, and Kenna's just like crawling, and all of a sudden, like, she stops. Meg gets invested in her call, and then has to go over, and the bowl from the previous night, so it's full of dried cat food, like wet cat food, like the little like flaky shards of shellfish. Kenna's just, if she could pick it up and it fits within her fingers, it's going in her mouth. So she's just peeling off dried bits of cat food, just delicious.
You do feed her.
No, just whatever she can find on the ground.
It's Fallout rules.
I've got a baby 101 onesie, and I just let her go. It's great. I've got River dressed up like a super mutant.
Yeah.
Sky dressed up as a ghoul.
Uh-huh.
We have a great time.
Elaborate costuming.
So yeah, Shellfish. She's also good. No
Good.
problem.
Good. I'm glad. I was worried she somehow got like in a shrimping net or something.
She almost got into like the dry cat food once, but I rushed over and grabbed her as like, because they're about the same size as Cheerios. So to her, it's like, all right, fun, different shaped Cheerios. I've got it. It's coming into her mouth before I scoop her up and knock it out of her head.
Man, I am not ready for Henry to start crawling around.
Yeah.
Because that all sounds like it is awful.
I mean, it's good. It's why I stay at home now.
Yeah.
But
because man, I'm gonna have to like start sweeping the floors and everything because we got a lot of cats. We have 3 cats, so there's a lot of fur. Like we can sweep the floors, and then like I'm not kidding. You have 2 cats, and you're watching another one. Like I can sweep the floor, and it's like 4 hours later. It's just there's fucking fur on the floor again, like the tumbleweeds, like the gray tumbleweeds that just kind of blow across the hardwood.
no, and I can't. No matter how much I clean, and I had a cleaning lady come in and try to get up cat fur, but no matter what, because Kenna's hands, she's a kid, they're always sticky. They're just always wet and sticky, no matter what. So she crawls across the floor, and I pick her up, and she looks like she has werewolf hands. No matter what I do.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I'm your bespectacled host. And man, I'm glad you brought up the dog toy with peanut butter in it, Tyler. Because Henry's we're just going to have a child corner. We're a baby corner at TADPOG.
Yeah.
Henry has a toy that I know that Kenna has as well. It's Sophie the giraffe. Are you familiar with Sophie the giraffe?
Everybody. My God, I took me to the doctor's office.
Yeah.
2 ladies were like, oh, look at her Sophie the giraffe.
Yep.
It's like, why is this toy a big deal?
Exactly. That's why I want to talk about it, because it's a giraffe. In case for anyone out there who's not familiar with it, and Tyler, I see you jotting down Sophie the giraffe.
Oh, show notes.
We're just going to give Sophie the giraffe more fucking marketing. Sophie the giraffe is a rubber giraffe that is really good for teething, supposedly.
That's what they have to say about giraffes.
Yeah.
Nature's teether.
Yes, exactly.
Like goats are nature's president because they're a innate sense of democracy.
I think
giraffes.
I think Jack Hanna, he covered that on Carson one night or something, right? I bring this up because Sophie the giraffe is not cheap. I remember seeing Sophie the giraffe on our registry, and Sophie the giraffe was like at least $20, maybe $25. Like, I mean, Sophie the giraffe is not a cheap.
I have a AAA PS3 game worth of Sophie the giraffe in my house.
We should measure all currency in Sophie the giraffes. My car is like, I don't know, 100 Sophie the giraffes. So I wanted to bring this up because Sophie the giraffe has a hole on her back, and you can squeeze Sophie the giraffe, and she squeaks. Sophie the giraffe is a $20 dog toy.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Essentially, with really nice packaging. And it reminds me of like the first episode of The Simpsons where like Homer goes shopping at the convenience mart for Christmas presents. And like I think he gets Maggie like a dog toy pork chop, squeaky pork chop. So like every time I see Sophie the giraffe, I'm like, yeah, this is like a fucking $1.50 dog toy.
Well, it's supposed to be like
essentially.
some sort of like non-special plastic that does something.
Man, see exactly,
Yeah.
right? It's like space plastic. I don't know.
Tony knows what I'm talking about. Some whatever toxin or some kind of leaching chemical that's supposed to be in plastic or, yeah.
Which I think is just, I really think it's like a $25 dog chew toy. I think it's just like, it's got wonderful packaging and it has like a little story on the back and everything where it's like, I'm Sophie the giraffe and I will love your child and you can just leave your child alone with me and just go do the things that you did before you were a parent. It's
Go
fine.
to Coachella for a weekend. I've got this. Sophie the giraffe.
A new segment we like to call Words of Wisdom from Sophie the giraffe.
Eat those shrooms. We'll have a conversation about your baby. Sophie the giraffe.
That's pretty much it. I was thinking about that today and it really bothered me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got to bring it up here. I had some other things that I could talk about, but I mean, we should probably get to some calls.
Okay.
You
Sounds
think?
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Or we could talk about we'll do like a Sophie group. Everybody post, if you have kids, post your pictures of
Oh
Sophie the
my
giraffe
God.
under this episode.
We're gonna be
See
buried.
how many Sophie the giraffes we can have tagged to Facebook under this episode post.
We are either A, going to be buried in Sophie the giraffe photos, or B, everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" And this is an extremely localized phenomenon. Like, because like on the box it says that they're made in France. Like, I just imagine like 3 dudes dressed in suits in Paris, like just going, "Man, these don't sell anywhere." But Western Kentucky.
Where can we peddle a giraffe? Western Kentucky? Paducah? Of course.
Paducah. I like that. So yeah, Sophie the giraffe. That could also be, I mean, you know how there's butt Sharpies? There could be butt Sophies.
Oh, man.
I'm sure someone could get all of it up there.
There are plenty of uses for
Yeah.
Sophie the giraffe.
There's different packaging for each. There's the dog chew toy packaging. There's the baby teething packaging, which we're familiar with, and then
There's sexy Sophie
Yeah.
for sold on extremerestraints.com. So.
yeah. So yeah, we brought it into buttholes somehow. I knew
Yep.
we'd bring it around to buttholes one way or another.
Babies and buttholes. That Venn diagram won't cross, but we'll put each separately buttholes and babies.
Oh, it crosses. It crosses. I mean, look, I've had to wipe Henry. There's a lot. I mean,
Let's take some calls.
what's wrong?
Before it's one thing to talk about a special plastic giraffe, but we move into baby shit, then like it's a different show. We'll have to start a new one.
Yeah, babies and buttholes on Fridays. That's our show. All right, let's see. Look, I got a smiling face on this first text message. Actually, not smiling, kind of perturbed looking face, because this person's in my.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, this person is in my phone book or my contact list, which means I actually get to tell you who it is. This is a text message from Jacob York of wolf fighting fame and unibrow fame, who says, texts us, "Would you rather give up your smartphone or have an additional 5 years of life?" What would you rather, Tyler? For me, the answer is very easy.
Yeah, 5 years of life. I've got a laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 years of life. There are days where I really, really wish I did not have a smartphone. Like, not to sound like, I mean, that's completely fucking trite to say and hear now, where it's like, oh, we're so connected and it's so annoying. Sometimes it is fucking annoying. It's ridiculous. Like last night, I fell asleep with my phone in the other room, and then like for the first part of today, I didn't even bother to go get it, and it felt great.
Well, because Grand Maester Wiley, for the first half or more of seminary, refused to have a cell phone.
Really?
It was It was very inconvenient for us.
Yeah.
But he was like, no. Once I become a priest, I'm going to be tied to my cell phone 24/7. So before I do that, I'm just not gonna have one.
Not just a smartphone.
No cell
phone,
phone
period.
at all.
Wow.
You had to call Laura, or you had to call their Magic Jack in their
Magic Jack.
apartment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel like this is an easy one. I don't know if I could do no cell phone because I'm sure as hell not going to get like a landline. I guess I could do Magic Jack, but I don't even.
iPad, Skype.
Yeah, it'd be okay.
Yeah, you can make it work.
Yeah, we can make it work out. I mean, we'd have a problem on this episode in particular because I am totally using my smartphone hooked into the soundboard in order to take calls, but
we'll figure something else out.
Yeah, we could do it.
Whenever that genie comes down, we'll figure something else out.
The Jacob genie. I feel like Jacob just granted us 5 years.
He better have.
All right, we got another text message. This is from 614 who says, all right, let me try this. Mo fucking tadpog, :
Okay. Save a second there, cutting out the rest of that.
My gooter itches, so I forgot my question. So, think of some fucked up sex thing involving TMNT, Golden Girls, and any other type of girls you can think of. And any other type of girls you can think of and answer the question, but do not tell us the question. Straight up what it says. Leave that shit to our imaginations. Okay, so, all right, so we don't know what the question is. But the answer...
The answer clearly is the Golden Girls on one side and the cast of the hit HBO show Girls on the other side. The turtles are all in the middle, blindfolded, with their turtle dicks out. And clearly it's some sort of...
They're itchy gooters, Tyler.
Some sort of fellatio contest to prove which girls have it going on.
All right. I don't mean to like gross you out or anything, but like I think that turtle penises, I think turtle gooters are on like I think they're like in their tail.
In their tail?
I think they're like in their tail.
Because I've seen a Tosh.0 where
Yeah.
it looked like there was like this weird doctor's scope that sort of like came out, opened up, and then just...
Where'd it come out of?
It was like around, or in the tail shell area.
The tail.
But it was like a giant tortoise. It was a separate appendage.
All right. So, I mean, most of this show is going to be pretty much the cast of Golden Girls and Girls just figuring out like where the
Turtle anatomy. For what reason? That's the question.
Who's going to figure it out first? Blanche. I mean, Blanche is going to figure it out.
Blanche is way... Yeah, they could... Yeah, no, the Golden Girls have way more experience than the cast of Girls. The cast of Girls is going to be too worried about all the things that trouble today's young adults.
And then we'll have two broke girls. They'll be there. And then for some reason, the Newsies are there. I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to show up.
Okay.
It just feels like the right kind of environment for family fun.
Tell you, what other kind of blank girls? I don't know.
All right. Next text. Actually, this is a phone call. This is from 651. I think this might be Impresario Tony. Let's see.
Motherfucking TADPOG. It's Cody.
Cody.
I just ate Chipotle, so I got a shit, so I'm going to make this quick. Kill
Right.
Mary. Mushu from Mulan. Apu from Aladdin. Or Olaf from Frozen. All right. Oh, shit.
All right. Google Translate said it was Tony, so sorry, Cody.
Both N and a Y and have 4 letters. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's an O in there. All right, so it's a Disney mascot murder, fuck, kill.
I don't know how to answer this question because
Marry, fuck, kill.
I don't know who two of them are.
Well, Mushu is like the little dragon that is voiced by Eddie Murphy in Mulan.
I haven't seen Mulan, but that doesn't sound great.
Nope. Apu is Aladdin's
Right,
monkey.
that's the one that I know.
We played those video games.
Right.
So, and then Olaf is the snowman from Frozen.
Okay. I haven't seen Frozen. Have you seen Frozen?
I've seen about half of Frozen,
Yeah.
and then it was me on Reddit while Meg, Wally, and Laura watched Frozen. So I saw collectively about half of it.
All right. Well, Olaf is a snowman, so definitely murder. For me.
There's nothing...
'Cause
I
I'm
don't
never-
want to marry a snowman. You can't go anywhere nice.
Never going to put my gooter in a snowman. That's just not going to happen. Too
Olaf,
cold. Too
Olaf,
cold.
Off. Yeah, I agree.
Apu is a monkey. I'm familiar with his build. I'm familiar with his physique. He's agile. He's small. He's petite. He's slender.
Hands that'll make your dick feel enormous.
Yeah, he wears a little fez. That's a plus. He has fashion accessories. If you
And
and
a
him,
vest.
if you and him ever have a baby, you know you've already got clothes. I mean, because Apu doesn't have to wear
You've
them.
got
He's
clothes
a monkey.
and you've made a monstrosity.
Exactly. So explain. Okay.
You realized one of Hitler's dreams where he was trying to make them and animal hybrids.
Okay, so the Eddie Murphy dragon. Paint a sensual picture. What does Eddie Murphy dragon look like?
It's a small Asian style dragon. It's like he's like the size of a house cat.
So it's like the serpentine dragon, house cat size.
Yeah, with arms and legs.
Okay, arms and does he have? He doesn't have wings.
Nope, he's
he have
got the
whiskers?
long
Okay.
whiskers, and he can breathe fire.
He can breathe fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. What color is he?
Red and orange to my memory. It's been
Oh.
a long time since I've seen Mulan.
I like red. Okay. About as big as a house cat. So I mean, we're about the same size. Petite. I guess that I will fuck Eddie Murphy dragon, and because Apu has those clothes that we can use for our children.
So I'm gonna reverse that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna just use Apu for sex because I feel like he's built for it. And then it's a dragon. He probably has some kind of dynasty you can marry into.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's a tiny dynasty.
It's just a dynasty for ants. Yes.
All right, pretty good question. Let's see what else we got. This call is from 773. I think this is, according to Google Translate, I think this is listener Chris.
Hey, TADPOG, it's listener Chris.
Nailed it.
I'm calling. Don't really want a title for my Patreon donation. I'm just calling for the same reason I've been pestering you about for like a year and a half. I just want to do a pinball episode.
Yes.
So you can consider that donation my monthly little bitty bribe to be able to come down and do the pinball episode with you guys one of these days.
We do.
I grew up as a console gamer, never really got into pinball too much until I was older and had it explained to me as an adult that there are rules and there is an order. And then once I realized that you do certain things at certain times, and it's not just a slot machine, that's when the switch was flipped in my head, and I've been pretty much nuts for it for like 10 years now. So I kind of consider myself a missionary for pinball at this point. So I think the TADPOG Nation is ready to hear the good news about pinball and accept it into their hearts. So, like I said, man, I'm ready whenever. Call me, text me, message on Facebook, whatever, and I'll drop what I'm doing and I'll be down there. I've also got a really good intro story about shit in my pants. So, sorry. All right, thanks. Bye.
So now I think Pinball Proselytizer is a better title for listener Chris.
Come on, Pinball Grand Wizard.
Pinball.
Come on, we talked about this. Thanks for calling, listener Chris. This is actually what I was referencing in the previous episode where we talked about you and your donation on Patreon. Thanks again. I think you're right. I think that having you on talking about pinball would be interesting. I mean, look, we're doing this right now where we're just answering phone calls, and I mean, people are listening to that. So I mean,
Yeah, now that I think the last time we tried to get this together, suddenly we had babies, and it's like each time we tried to work this out, something has happened. But
yeah, and it's also one of those things where you're not local, and because of that, planning's actually involved. And like a lot of times, Tyler, like tonight, we were supposed to record early. And then my shit got all fucked up, so I had to push it back. But so, I mean, anytime anyone's involved from out of town, we got to figure out how to coordinate it.
yeah. So, but all for it. We'll work it out. Sounds good.
Yeah, I love it. All right, here's a text message from 602. Fucking Tadpog, thank you, Ben Caruth. And he has pronounced Caruth, of self-proclaimed Mega Man X Twitch fame and Hobo Garage fame here. Thanks for keeping me occupied on my 60-mile-per-day commute.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry about that. You guys are some funny motherfuckers. Thank you.
Yeah.
However, I do have a few requests. First, Tyler needs to tell more Gatsby stories.
Done.
Second, I left a 5-star review a while back, but forgot to leave a game request. I have 2, actually. Would love to see you guys play either Clock Tower for SNES or Siren for PS2. I haven't played either of those. I'm not sure why, but I get a weird chub with survival horror games and would love to hear your take. Totally off topic, but Josh sounds exactly like Baby Cakes from Neely Comics. Anyway, until next time, hashtag FishLipsJ for Prez. So there you go, FishLipsJ.
Another Team Fish Lips J.
I know. Ben, thank you for texting. You're not the first person to say that Josh sounds like baby cakes. Man, because when Be Aggressive came out, like the D&D themed episode of Baby Cakes, man, you combine that voice and D&D, and it was just like, holy shit. This guy, Neely, owes Josh royalties. Like, I mean, there's like, Josh could take him to court and everything. And like, just in the first 10 minutes, Josh could be like, I mean, just talking
Listen
to the
to
judge.
me.
Yeah.
Just listen to me, Judge.
Gavel, gavel, gavel. Pay this man. So thank you for the 5-star reviews. Review and the game requests. I haven't played either of those games.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Clock Tower, but
Really?
I haven't played it.
I don't even know. It's survival horror for SNES. Interesting. I always kind of like, when I think survival horror, my brain always goes to Resident Evil. Like that's, to me, that was the first survival horror that I ever played. So it's cool that there's, legit survival horror before that. Also, let me know if I still mispronounced your name.
Yeah.
It's possible.
And I will rack my brain for more Gatsby stories. And I've almost got Brainy Gatsby to come on the show. I'm working on it. So hopefully then.
What's the big holdup? It's me, isn't it? You're just being nice.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's you. It's you.
I could sit out. I could sit out one episode.
I think she's just nervous about being on the mics.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's everybody. Like, you've told her that we were nervous, right?
Everybody is at first, and then like just a minutes in, and you're fine.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got a call here from our good buddy at the helicopter store.
Yeah.
St. Zach. Let's see what he's up to.
What's going on, guys? St. Zach here. With all that Indian in the cupboard talk, I got to thinking, what toy would you guys have put in the cupboard to bring to life? And also, I didn't see that movie until I was getting into my teenage years. And did you guys ever think that you could, I don't know, put a Barbie in the cover and have a woman, like a real live woman to talk to? Because, well, let's face it, my social skills weren't very developed at that point in life. But, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, look forward to hearing your answers, and pay Lord bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks, St. Zach. Excellent call. Excellent question. Very funny. Did I ever think about?
God, I want that Pixar movie where Zach makes a Barbie come to life, and the Barbie like gives him advice to get like the girl of his dreams. Like he practices talking to the Barbie, and they go on like fake dates and stuff like that to help him build his confidence.
They're not fake dates, Tyler. They're real dates. She's a real woman.
And when Zach actually finds a girl, the Barbie's heart is broken, and she locks herself in the cabinet and turns back into plastic Barbie. And
Is that how it ends? That's dark.
It writes itself, and Zach doesn't know. He's like, she made this decision herself. I've got to move on. And he just sets her on the shelf.
Or real Barbie takes Ken and throws him in the cupboard, closes it, and then she times it so that she and Ken are having sex when Zach's coming home from his date and opens the door. What are you doing, Barbie? And then now we've got...
Look at this.
Yeah.
You look at this.
And then, Ken feels used.
Watch him get me pregnant. You watch it.
Malibu Stacy. That's where you get Malibu Stacy from that intertwining. I don't know. What toy would you put in the cupboard, Tyler?
That's hard.
Would it be your Tifa doll?
I thought about, it'd have to be my Tifa. I thought about this. So here, spoilers for the entire Ending in the Cupboard series. It is not the cupboard, it is the key that brings things to life. So eventually Omri has a toy box with a lock on it and can lock himself in his toy box and him be transported somewhere else in time. Mm-hmm. So he does a reversal where he is then the small figurine in like a Western setting where like a woman befriends him in like the Old West. It's really weird. Yeah. So I guess
I didn't get that far.
Is it anything? Is it strictly the cupboard, or is it anything I could fit in any lockable container?
He mentioned the movie, So I would say movie logic. Like let's work with the internal logic of the movie.
So I can't take like that large animatronic Jason my dad had in his garage for a long time.
Why would you bring that to life?
Put that in my closet, turn it to life. Yeah.
And why I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Yeah, he had he bought it like at a yard sale for like $20 and it retailed for several hundred, and it's a full-size Jason figure that does the and he's like violently swings a machete and moves side to side.
I mean, it was weird. Uncle Jeff got implicated for that murder and he disappeared, and then Dad got this giant animatronic Jason in the garage the next day.
If a whole camp of like horny teenagers ever pisses me off, I've got closet magic Jason I can just unleash.
I guess that's better than closet Magic Johnson.
And then I just lure him back into a closet and lock it, turn him back in the statue again.
Do you I mean, that's a great answer. I'm willing to accept it. Even if it couldn't fit into the movie cupboard. Mm-hmm. My answer would be Sophie the giraffe.
That would be fun to have a menagerie of tiny animals.
Just Sophie the giraffe. This is like she could come out, speak French. I can ask her questions.
Henry, it's fine.
Sophie, I'm so glad you're here. Oh yes.
Oui.
Man, I gotta run out of the store real quick. Would you mind watching them for a little bit? Not a problem. Thanks, Sophie. Got any words of wisdom before I leave? Make sure to duck. What do you mean? I don't understand. And then, like, of course, while I'm at the store, there's two construction workers, and they're carrying a large girder.
It's an oracular giraffe. Okay.
So yeah, definitely Sophie. Definitely Sophie the giraffe. Thanks for calling, St. Zach. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Got any words of advice? If a girl tells you not to wear a condom, definitely wear one.
Don't put your dick in crazy. Also, Zach, no, I never did think about that. I never fantasized about that because I had Weird Science. Like, I saw Weird Science when I was 6 years old, man. So, like, it was very cut and dry for me, where it's like, sexual creation, Weird Science. We go with Weird Science because I want to create the perfect model. Which, by the way, Weird Science, I feel like, is not a movie that would do well in the box office today.
If this remake of Mad Max, and it's only logical they go to Weird Science next.
Yeah, but Weird Science is pretty much a movie that is like just about the objectification of women.
Okay, all right. Unless they flip it. And it's
two girls. Two broke girls make.
They bring like Ryan Gosling comes in. It's great.
So no, I never fantasized about that. But you know, I had plenty of stuffed animals that I talked to. So I wouldn't have brought any of those fuckers to life because they had all my secrets. Here's another call. This is local. It seems like probably Taryn. We'll see.
Motherfucking TADPOG. Hello, this is Taryn.
What's up, Taryn?
You probably knew that. I don't want to be the virginity thief anymore. Can we think of something new?
Quit taking virginities, Taryn.
A lot here in Texas. I didn't really rob a cradle, but I might have slightly borrowed a cradle. So if we could do something with that, technically I didn't rob a cradle. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, I have thoroughly enjoyed the last few eps, even the one about the ninjas or whatever that game is. And I was listening to Chippendales today on my way to work, and you guys were discussing words. Thank you, Tyler, for the warning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cut all day. Say it all day. Poon, I guess, is fine. That borders on the P word. But I cannot handle the P word.
Come for days, son.
I appreciate your input and your warning there, Tyler. But since I have been in Houston, Texas, I have hung out with a little bit of a younger crowd, and I thought I would just share with you a few words that I have heard the children saying lately.
Okay.
Fleek is one that I had to ask my 16-year-old cousin what it meant. Apparently that means that you are in style or that you're doing it right. A lot of girls say that, like, their makeup's on fleek or their shoes are on fleek or their eyebrows are on fleek, and I don't fucking know. I'm 30 years old. But apparently that is a new word.
Okay.
Also, cupcaking is another one that I heard the other night, and I had to ask what that was from the children. And that's like PDA, like when you're getting a little too snuggly with your significant other or your hookup or the person that you're borrowing the cradle from. So anyway, I just thought I'd fill you in on some things I've learned lately. Keep up the good work. I absolutely love the episodes. Talk to Tyler today. I'll be home at Easter. Hopefully I can set in with you guys and put all my knowledge on video games. Oh, P.S. I played a video game the other night. It was FIFA. That is a sport. That is a sports game. If you need to look it up, I'm pretty sure it's about soccer.
American
It's
football.
called football in other countries. I know that's very confusing, but do your best. Thanks a lot, guys. Keep it up. And I will hopefully talk to you and see you guys in about a month. Bye-bye.
I've seen 20 minutes of Bennett like Beckham. I know what's going on with the soccer and American football.
We've all seen Ladybugs. We get it. FIFA. Right.
Thank you. I was like, what's a soccer movie? I don't know why I didn't fucking go to Ladybug. Shit. So
Taryn, we were here recording on Easter. I feel we've already given you a hard time about it, but I'm going to continue to do it since you brought it up in this call. We were here. We waited for you.
So if we gotta change our title, I guess underage sex trafficker Taryn. Is that? So like, I don't want to do the virginity thing. I want to talk about me maybe having sex with underage kids.
Megan's List, Taryn. So I mean, yeah, I guess we could do that.
What is it? Code Amber Taryn. All right.
What were those words? Fleek?
Sleek.
Which
is actually, that's a word I've heard. No. I haven't heard it in like a current context, but
I don't think
I'm familiar with that word.
I don't think she would have brought sleek up. That's sleek's a word everyone knows. I think it's fleek.
Fleek?
Yeah.
I could have sworn she said sleek. Taryn, call it again and tell us what you said.
I'm an Urban Dictionary to show it out because this is gonna bug me. I swear I heard that somewhere. Like she said on fleek. That's how I've heard it used. I'm older than you, Taryn, so fleek.
Sleek. The slee stacks? I don't know.
On fleek. Urban Dictionary. See, we didn't even need a 16-year-old.
Okay.
Tyler, it's the quality of being perfect or on point. I love this example. Let me read this example to you. Zane, Tyler, is on fleek due to his ability to appear perfect at all times. Good job, Zane.
They're clearly talking about Billy Zane, so clearly. And his wonderful performance in the Wheel of Time trailer.
What was the other word? Cupcaking.
Cupcaking.
I thought that involved putting your wiener on a cupcake.
Mm-hmm. That's what I call it. That's why every cupcake I give all of my friends have like a weird U shape in them.
I wondered about that.
See, and I guess I'm used to maybe calling that, well, I guess just having it be a
cupcake.
Fucking a cupcake. Because it's having someone else, you're being too amorous in public. Is that what it is? Cupcaking then?
Yeah, PDA, public display.
Because unless it's just like, because whenever she was giving that description, I thought of schmoing, which is a term from when I was in college, which is doing everything but sex. Everything except sex. Let's put it like that. Everything except the act of penis and vagina sex is schmoing.
Blowjobs in public, perfectly fine.
Yeah. I'm all for that.
Anal, completely fine. Sophie? Fine.
If I can break that draft alive, it's fine.
I don't like it in there.
Get out of my squeak hole.
Thanks for calling, Taryn. Pussy. Got another call. This is from our buddy Saint Zach. Let's see if he's got that Barbie thing figured out.
TADPOG Nation, Saint Zach here. Sorry guys, I'm a little behind on my episodes and just got to your all call-in show. The latest one, I would assume, unless there's one directly after this one.
So you're on right now.
Josh telling me his delivery story made me think back to Murray State. I was working at Baldy's and delivered food to a guy, and I knocked, and I heard a voice inside, so I knocked again, and he was like, just come on in.
Oh, don't do that.
Do it.
Don't do that.
He was playing WoW because his fiance was out of town, and he was basically doing a 60-hour run of World of Warcraft raids with his clan.
Blake?
Because she was gone, and he had nothing else to do except play the video game, and he had to get in as much time as he could because he was this addicted to the game.
Yeah.
and he only tipped me like $1 for climbing all the way up his million stairs to his loft. And anyway, my question to you guys is, what is the most shameful you have ever felt for doing something similar, if that makes any sense?
No,
like,
it does not.
Have you ever played for like 24 hours straight, and then you were like, Jesus, I should have been doing something more productive than playing this damn video game? Anyway, look forward to your answers, and keep up the good job, and pay Lord bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling, Zach. I feel like that's another strong call. I
don't mind immediately.
Okay, go for it.
And that was right before, like, I think I've talked about my journey into NoFap before.
Yes.
So, like, the most, like, what am I fucking doing was whenever I spent, like, 3 or 4 hours. Like, I had, like, 20, 30 porn tabs up because I was just trying to find just that right video. And I spent 3 or 4 hours jerking off. Then I was like, that's like hours I could have been like doing anything else, playing a game, reading a book, working out, anything else but this.
Okay, I have a solution to that. Okay, so you felt a little guilty about that.
Oh, that's when I joined NoFap, which was no masturbation.
Okay.
And I did the 90-day challenge of no masturbation.
Here's what we do. We'll handle it the same way that I handled feeling guilty about playing video games. We will start a podcast about masturbating, and then it's work. You don't feel guilty about work. You spend 3 hours masturbating.
How
Tyler.
much time did you jerk off today, man? I don't know. We'll record later. I gotta get more jerking off today. We'll just come over and we'll do it together.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute podcast. The podcast is called "How Much Time Do You Spend Jerking Off?" we do it right before TADPOG. We come in, we sit down. We're like, "Hey, Tyler, how much time did you spend jerking off this week?" You give me the number. You ask me. I give you the number. Roll credits.
We exchange logs we have to keep throughout the week.
Here's my sperm journal. My spermal. My sperminal.
So, like, day of the week, time allotted, and method used. So, pornography or old school imagination, whatever.
Did you switch the hands up? Did you use both this time? You just said, fuck it. I don't care if someone knocks on the door. I'm using both hands.
Fleshlight, couch cushions, whatever.
What are we supposed to talk about? Oh, shameful games. Going back to being a dad, I pretty much feel guilty every time I play a game now. And that kind of sucks because like there's really never a moment now where I'm playing a game unless I'm over here in the annex. Because like when I'm home and I'm playing a game, if Nikki's home watching Henry, and it's, even like today, I watched him all day while she was at work. She came home and I wanted to play Neverwinter for a couple hours. And like I felt really guilty the entire time. Just because I know she worked the entire day. It's not like she was, out having a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much every time I play a game now, Zach. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, I'm just curious if you delivered to Blake. It sounds like something like if Blake and I had known each other earlier in life, I feel like we'd both be extreme miserable failures because like I feel like I would just be the crutch and the bad influence that Blake would need to like not quit playing WoW. Like, and then that would be cyclical because he would do the same thing for me.
Who cares if that girl leaves you, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about it. If a girl can't take what you enjoy as your hobby, then you don't be with her. Don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. /joke. There you go. I feel better. Now, come on. Let's go raid.
You know what lasts forever? Purple gear.
Yeah.
It's
a fact. That spreadsheet's going to be around forever. This spreadsheet that we're playing is going to be around forever. All right. Thanks for calling, Zach. We got another call. This is from 410.
Tyler and Dave, how's it going? Tony here.
Tony.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm calling in with a question, not related to dicks, unless, of course,
hang up.
You guys talk about dicks, which is highly probable.
Oh, yeah,
impossible. But nonetheless, my question is, should you guys find yourselves transported into a medieval fantasy setting,
okay,
what 2 objects are you bringing with you? All right. I will be listening with bated breath. for your answers. Keep up the good work, guys. Bye.
Bye, Tony. I thought you were impresario Tony at first. When I heard Tony, a new Tony has appeared. What? I don't know how to handle this.
Is that that's a totally new Tony?
I.
It sounded like impresario Tony.
You think? I don't know. 410. What area code is that?
I know I put off airs like I have an encyclopedic knowledge of all area codes.
I think that was. I honestly think that was a new Tony. Look, I don't. Even if it's impresario Tony, I want it to be a new Tony. We need two Tonys, right? We need two Tonys. Let's face facts.
New Tony and Tony Classic will be the new.
Yes. So,
Huh.
what are you bringing back?
Because
That's a good question.
See, it's hard because I know like what is going to still be useful if you go back. What's advantageous?
Food. There's not a lot of that back then, I hear. So you could bring. What kind of food would you bring back? You don't.
See, I'm thinking. Well, like,
Because I know what I'd bring back.
what? All right.
I would definitely bring a gun and a big box of ammunition.
Well, see, because I'm thinking gun, and then maybe the second thing being some kind of a textbook or forge material, so you can then continue to make ammunition.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, look, I don't think you really need that much ammunition. I said a big box of ammo, but like you go back to you go to a medieval fantasy world, and you bring a gun and a box of ammo. All you got to do is shoot one guy.
I'm a wizard.
Bam. Oh, well, pretty much this guy can do whatever he wants now.
Yeah, I guess that's got to be it because you got to be all about defense.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like medical knowledge, and then you become like this magical healer who can do all these miraculous things.
Medical knowledge isn't a thing, though.
A book, like the big book of all things medicine.
You know, I would probably bring Sophie the giraffe.
That's pretty good.
Sophie the giraffe. Because what happens if I don't know what to do once I get there? There'll be no one there to give me advice. Clearly, I need Sophie.
A car and a bunch of gas.
See, that's what sucks.
Or
like
a Tesla and a generator. So,
all the really good stuff, right, needs all this
infrastructure.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to suck not to be able to play like any kind of video game, but like it's going to be impossible.
Mm-hmm. I guess some sort of like a manual electrical generator and a Tesla car. So then you can constantly just spend your own energy to charge your car, and it's pretty awesome to have a car just running over horses and shit.
You can always bring your dad's animatronic Jason. Just set him up.
Animatronic Jason and the key from Into the Cupboard.
Man, ever since those two strange fellows appeared in our world, things have been quite strange.
I want to unleash Jason in like the Game of Thrones world and just see how it goes.
That was a good question. I like that. We need more questions like that. Consider that official. More questions like that. Here's another call from that same exact number. Let's see if we have another question from New Tony. Mirror match.
What's up, guys? I'm calling back with a follow-up question to the being sent to a medieval fantasy land question. So, all right, scenario is you were sent to medieval fantasy land. You took your 2 items that you chose to take with you.
Gun and ammo.
The people
Sophie.
in the medieval fantasy land recognize you as obviously of superior intellect and acumen and choose you to be their savior in the upcoming battle against whatever forces of evil that they face. That's not important. What is important, though, is what is your battle cry going into said battle, okay? And what I would like to hear is one of you choose whatever your last text message was, that's your battle cry. Last text message from your cell phone. The other chooses whatever the last message sent in the TADPOG Facebook chat is. That's your battle cry. All right, guys. Hopefully that wasn't too convoluted. And keep up the good work. And if it sucks, I'm sorry. If it doesn't suck, then that's cool. Oh, one other thing. I'd like to apologize to Lord Dennis. Lord Dennis will definitely not suck your dick.
Okay, so it is Tony Classic.
Yeah, it's Tony Classic. It took me this call to recognize his voice. Tony Classic, I'm sorry I said I wanted a new Tony. Look, it's nothing personal. It's just one Tony's really good. Like having one Tony around is really, really good. Just imagine what it'd be like if we had two Tonys around.
I hope Lord Dennis called him and gave him so much shit about saying he'll suck your dick. Because Dennis is like, people keep coming to my office. Like, I can handle like 12 dicks, but I got shit to do, Tony. Well, if my battle cry is text message based, the last text message I received is the letter H.
Yeah, that's what I was going to use. H.
The last text message I sent
because I sent you that.
Last text message I sent was good enough for Jay Timberlake and Christina Aguilera, good enough for me, which was a reference to the Mickey Mouse Club.
The last one that I sent was H to you. The last one that I received, Tyler, this would be my battle cry. Don't know if he'd be happy with my sending his info out without asking first, so figured it'd be better if he got in touch with y'all if he's interested. Pretty good battle cry. Pretty good. Very professional battle cry. It doesn't sound professional, but it's courteous. At least the evil lich knows that I'm not going to give out any of his personal information.
And the last message I have for the Facebook group, my battle cry is, man, Goat Simulator is only $3.99. My barbecue bear and Drew Rowland.
Awesome. That's a good call. That's a good
I don't know.
question.
The one before that, by Tony himself, would also be good, which is, otherwise I'd be like Paul. pretty good battle cry.
Thanks for calling Original Flavor Tony. Hey, guess who called? I'm going to just guess.
Fish Lips J.
Guess again.
Cody?
Sophie. Trick question.
Sophie?
Sophie
Shit.
Here is another call from the helicopter store.
Shit.
TADPOG Nation, St. Zach here. Just landed down out of Las Vegas and wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys throwing that up on the Facebook page. And hope you enjoy the show whenever it goes down tomorrow. But I got to thinking and just wanted to ask whoever's hosting this week, what is the thing that you remember most about your wedding? And depending upon the guest host, your first divorce. Anyway, look forward to hearing you guys. And
Sounds like Zach has news.
Bye-bye.
I think Zach was calling us from a medieval fantasy world.
Most memorable thing about our wedding?
Well, not our wedding, Tyler. Your wedding and then my wedding.
The secret wedding we don't tell anybody about? Most memorable thing about my wedding.
I know the answer to that for your wedding.
Okay.
Cal Sisto.
Or our local weatherman was at my wedding reception.
That was pretty much the biggest deal. Because I remember everyone at your wedding at some point said, "Is that Cal Sisto?"
I gotta put him in the show notes. It might have been Meg and I kind of savagely smashing the cake into each other's faces.
Yeah.
I feel like that was pretty memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. I don't.
I got three things. I got three things.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is like super fucking like. The first one's like step by step mushy, and that is I remember seeing Nikki and being like my heart stopping for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I'll always remember that.
Literally, we thought you were in trouble.
Yeah, like it stopped for a literal minute. We were like, shit. Someone asked Sophie what we do. The second thing was
give it mouth to mouth.
Get me out of his butt. Hooves first, Tyler. You gotta leave her head poking
That's how you
out.
do. You can fake being dead by putting Sophie underneath your arm and pressing down real hard.
Second thing was the barbecue that we had there, because I'm surprised that happened because Nikki asked what I wanted to have at the wedding to eat, and I said barbecue, and then that's what happened. So I like that. My Uncle Mike, to this day, every time I see him at like a family reunion or I'm down in Louisiana and go to visit him, it never fails. He says, "Love that barbecue at your wedding." Because he is very much like, Tyler, you know how I eat. And my eating tastes. That I get that from like somewhere down the line. That gene was passed on to my Uncle Mike and me, where it's just like really simple foods that taste good and are garbage. And then the third thing that I remember, man, I went off on that barbecue kick, so I kind of forgot. The third thing is how much fucking money we got. It was amazing. Oh my God. I couldn't believe like family gave that much money. It was great. So,
I remember whenever they had that, you had like a donation thing and you could put money in the bucket and then dance with like you or Nikki.
Yeah.
I put money in the bucket and then danced with you and everybody laughed. And we kept dancing until everybody stopped laughing. Drug it out a little too long.
There's actually a photograph. There's a photograph. I think I've got it. If I do, I'll give it to you for show notes. But man, I am like, I kind of don't want to give you that photo because like the reason why, okay, not because it's you and me dancing and expressing our love to the world, but because for much more vain reasons than that. That photograph was taken at the exact moment that I was the heaviest in my life.
Well, same for me at my wedding, so it's okay.
Although I'm working on getting there now, but instead of it being like evenly distributed in my body, it is like just pretty much just in my midsection now.
Well, that's the first place your body stores fat, so.
It didn't used to be. I feel like it used to be.
For men at least.
It used to be my thighs. When I eat a cheesecake, Tyler, it goes right to my thighs. But I don't know. I guess I just store fat differently now that I'm a fucking 33-year-old dad. My sister says it's okay because, like she said something about like how fucking big my jeans were or something like that. And she's like, "But it's okay. You're a dad now." Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just write that and just tell that secret to Sophie.
Your big dad jeans. Those are actually Jinkos. I'm not fat.
These are not skinny jeans. These are Jinkos. We don't have anyone here on the show who's been divorced, so sorry, Zach. Here's another call. This is from 615.
Hey, TADPOG, it's Paul Korn again. I just thought that I'd bring in another sex thing for you to define. This one comes from the Final Fantasy VIII Guardian Forces. What is a Doomtrain? All right, you guys have fun with that. I'll talk to you later.
Awesome. God, thank you, Archivist Korn. I fucking love these questions. A Doomtrain. We're going to work this out together, right?
So I've got an idea, and it's,
right?
It's not PC.
Okay. It might be what I think it is.
Okay.
So, first of all, I'm thinking train, right? I mean, we all know what a train is.
Absolutely.
The Doom part, I think, is where we can get creative.
Uh-huh.
So, what are you thinking? You said it's not PC. Like
a deadly sexually transmitted disease. Somebody in the Doom train has it.
Oh, shit. Any disease? Dealer's choice?
It's got to be a pretty bad one to be a Doom train.
I was thinking this involved a Doom train. I like your train of thought. But I think a Doom train would be you're running a train and everyone's just, while it's happening, everyone's strangling the other person, right? Okay. So it's like in the first one to pass out, they just leave for dead. It's a Doom train.
Or I guess because Doom Train from 8, does it do the normal Doom, put a counter over anybody's head that it hits?
Man, it's been a long time since I played it, but probably. Let's just say yeah.
Under that, I'm going to assume that so if it's a guy and then a very hot naked girl, and then so somebody else puts a timer over your head and you're jerking off and you have to jerk off and you have to finish before that timer runs out, in which the girl just like hits you in the face as hard as she can.
Okay. All right. No, I like that. Let's go with that.
That'd be the Doomtrain.
That's the Doomtrain. That's the Doomtrain. It takes a lot of prep work, and it's really never worth it. It's never worth it. Because like the whole time you're looking at the chick, you're like, God, I could just do this at the comfort of my own home without the idea of a fist going to my face. And
some people have the Doomtrain fetish. It'll be its own thing in Pornhub.
There's people who work strictly under pressure. Crossing guards are really into it. I don't know why. We got another text here. This is from Jacob York of wolffighting fame, who says, what gaming idea, art, gameplay, whatever, is ready to die? As in something that continues to persist even though we have gone past it or it was never good in the first place.
Something in gaming that persists?
Yeah. What persists that should not? What are we over, Tyler? What are we over?
Unpausable cutscenes.
Okay. Unpausable.
Or super
even
long
unskippable?
tutorials, unskippable cutscenes.
What's the last thing you played that had a long tutorial? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I don't know. Or grinding.
Yeah.
Because that's why I haven't picked up Hyperdimension Neptunia again.
I saw that on Steam, by the way. I didn't realize I thought it was like a Vita exclusive.
It just got released on Steam like a few weeks ago.
I thought about adding it to my wish list, but didn't.
I'll just let you borrow it. I'm done with it.
Yeah. I get that. I agree with you with like grinding. Kind of gets on my nerves when I have to do it in a game. But I think that's like a genre in its own right now. Like there are people who really love that.
Yeah.
That's like their thing. It used to be me when I was in middle school. Loved that shit.
That's true. Not even that long ago. I remember a few years ago, I enjoyed sitting down and grinding out on cursing the Curse Shield in Final Fantasy VI and getting the Paladin Shield.
I mean, part of that's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's just that repetitive, like your brain is kind of functioning at the capacity it needs to get through these fights, while meanwhile the rest of it's just kind of like drifting through space.
Yeah.
Man, I'm done. God, I'm not done. I should be done, but like the freemium games and pay to win, especially.
Yeah.
Like,
ooh, yeah, you're right. Freemium games.
Like that whole model, man. And let me tell you about Neverwinter. I've been playing Neverwinter. Off and on. It's an MMO that's set in the Forgotten Realms world. And I started playing the game, and immediately I was like, this isn't that great. It's free to play. It doesn't feel really good. It doesn't feel like a really good polished game. And it's pretty much immediately they're like, buy our Zen coins so you can get this and this and this and this. And it's just like crammed down your throat. But at the same time, it's like, I'm still fucking playing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, but I would much rather, as I was playing, I was like, the only reason I'm playing is because of D&D and wanting to understand Forgotten Realms more and like, have a working knowledge of Forgotten Realms.
That is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like you could fucking you could make a major for Forgotten Realms. Where it's like there's just that much shit.
There's more to Forgotten Realms than like Lord of the Rings. Like trying to figure out the histories and the areas and every town and all the NPCs
and like as a guy who plays D&D, you might be able to relate to this, Tyler. I don't know. You may feel completely different, but I like the idea of keeping up with what's going on in D&D canon. It's interesting to me, but at the same time, like I want to run current games and run current mods and adventures that Wizards is publishing. But man, I have to do that with friends, and only friends who realize that my knowledge of this world is extremely limited.
Yeah,
because like I am terrified to like. I honestly I would love to run a game at DragonCon. Like, I think that would be a lot of fun to run a game and try to produce a quality game at this con that I think really needs quality games. But, like, I would be terrified to run a Forgotten Realms game at Dragon
So
Con.
you would absolutely, the majority of the time, you'd have that one person who would be playing that knows way more than you
Yeah.
and gets off on correcting you.
Nah, actually, Menzo Baranzan is on the northern side of the continent, not the southern side. This has nothing to do with the game at all, but you did say it. You said it wrong.
You're
so.
incorrect. Ugh.
I got
If
off on a
that's how you want to do your
tangent,
game, that's how you do your game. I guess it's whatever. You don't have to
Yeah,
be right.
yeah. So I don't know. That's my fear. That has nothing to do with Jacob's question. I'm playing the game. I'm playing Neverwinter. The whole time I'm thinking, I would rather have paid for this game and be paying $12 a month than playing what I'm playing right now and it feeling like it's not a finished game.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. It feels like it's not a finished game.
So I think your answer is the correct answer. Premium games.
I thought of Neverwinter and MMOs in general because you led me there. You led me there through grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I think of grinding, I pretty much think of MMOs. So that's why it's hard for me to say grinding because, god damn, MMOs are like fucking therapy. Like I swear to you, like she watched me playing. I was playing WoW on that vanilla server, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I kind of looked at her. I was like, "You know what I'm doing. You played WoW. We played WoW together. You know exactly what I'm doing.
You know what this is.
It's like she
Don't
caught
make me say it.
She caught me with the needle in my arm, and I was like, "It's a vanilla WoW server. It's free. I'm not paying for this. Don't worry." And she's like, "I'm not worried about that." I was like, "This is MMO therapy. That's exactly what this is." I'm not playing on that server anymore. I'm kind of like jumping from MMO to MMO, but I gotta get that. I gotta get my brain waves to where they're not thinking about shit. That's what it's all about.
That's
right
fair.
now. Let's see. We got another call. Let you guess. Guess who it's from?
Exalted Lord Mike.
Not Exalted Lord Mike. It's our buddy from the helicopter shop. Say Zach.
Man, slow week at the helicopter shop.
Hey guys, Saint Zach here. Tyler, just wanted to tell you the sunglasses that you're trying to think of were from Cyborg. Jean-Claude Van Damme flick, the main, I guess, bad guy in the show wore them. But just if you wanted to go back and check that out and look at some pictures and see if those were the sunglasses you were talking about, yeah, you can now. So later, and Paylor bless.
Is Paylor the god of helicopters?
I'm beginning to think so, yes.
He's talking about, you were like talking about like Cyclops visor.
Or the glasses that like wrap around or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Who'd he say it was?
Jean-Claude Van Damme in Cyborg.
Cyborg? Okay. I haven't seen that. I'll check that out. I'm not going to watch it. I'll look for a screenshot.
I'll look for the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what...
I mean, come on. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Much Jean-Claude Van Damme head I am.
Yeah.
It starts and stops at Bloodsport, so...
Street Fighter. All right. Thanks for calling, Saint Zach. Always good to hear from you. We got a text. This is from 270. Let's see. It's signed by Brandon. Brandon in Madisonville. Brandon in Madisonville says, "What's up, Tadpog? My question is for Dave, : I know you are a fighting game enthusiast, much like myself. With MKX just around the corner, or out by the time this is read, close, I think. I was curious if you have plans of picking it up and wondered what you think about the modern day Mortal Kombat games. MKX has me more excited than getting a blurgerb. Anyways, excited that you guys are working through the eventually list, and I'm sure you will get to my recommended game eventually." Brandon in Madisonville, thank you for texting. Here's what I think about Mortal Kombat games. I am totally interested in them, but I do not want to pay $60 for them.
I am totally interested in watching the fatalities on YouTube.
Yeah, I just, it's all about that gameplay, right? Like, I mean, if that gameplay is fluid, I'm in to try that. Mm-hmm. I'm not into old MK style anymore.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about that on our very poor episode of Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So yeah, I would be willing to check it out. but I'm probably, honestly, man, I'm looking at the like $20 price point. Like, I'm going to be playing this game when everybody's fucking done with it.
Yeah, it's fair.
And it's not to say that it's, I mean, the stuff that I've seen looks really good. It's just, I don't know. It's not my thing. MK used to be, man, I used to be an MK head, Tyler. Man, Mortal Kombat 2 came out. Shut up and take my money. That is, you know, when we talk about consoles and like the reason you bought consoles, like I bought my PlayStation because of Final Fantasy VII. I had to play Final Fantasy VII, so I bought the PlayStation. I had to play Final Fantasy X, so I bought the PlayStation 2. I had to play Mortal Kombat 2, so I bought the Super Nintendo. That is truly why I bought the Super Nintendo. Because I was like, I looked at the Genesis, and I said, you know what? I'm going Super Nintendo because I like the controller better. But that's pretty much my day. My MK days kind of ended there, and then I got on that Street Fighter train. Man, I feel bad being called a street fighting enthusiast, fighting game enthusiast.
Can't keep me on the street. Just fighting for money.
Just me punching Jason Voorhees in the face in Tyler's dad's garage. Because I kind of feel bad being called a fighting game enthusiast because I am not good at these. I'm not good at fighting games. I am not good at fighting games. No, I'm really not that great at it.
Out of all the people we know in real life, you're really good at fighting games.
Now, I mean, Kyle of Zombie Ate My Neighbors fame is better at fighting games.
He was good
than
at Mortal
I am.
Kombat.
He's good. I mean, I've seen him play Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. Guy is good. We haven't had him on the show, but we've mentioned he's called James. I think James is really good with Chun-Li. Like, I'm amazing with Chun-Li.
James loves Street Fighter.
So yeah, I mean, I love fighting games, but I feel bad being called an enthusiast because I'm not pro level. Never will be. Don't have the time to dedicate to it. Thanks for texting, Brandon.
You do have 2 arcade stands of fighting games in your house, though.
I do. That is true.
Being Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom.
It's true. You're not wrong. But it's embarrassing that I have them because, like, I'm not great at them.
But one of them has an ashtray built into it.
I know that is pretty cool. That would have been awesome, fucking 10 years ago. Man, that would have been if John Turley and I had that in our apartment we shared together.
You'd be in iron lungs.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Both of us. So, all right, we got another call. This is from 810. Google Translate says, Mother Patton Boggs. So let's see.
Motherfucking TADPOG, : This guy here with a public service announcement for your audience. Just $2 a month. That's less than 50 cents a week. Less than 1/4 per episode. Only you can keep the bee-filled gun out of Dave's mouth. They don't make you feel bad by showing you abused animals like the ASPCA fucks. They just make sweet, sweet podcast love. Please give to the TADPOG Patreon today. The life you save could be Dave's. Love the show, guys. Thanks. That's all I got.
Awesome.
That was great. Thank you.
Yes,
much
thank you,
appreciated.
We do appreciate it. I feel like we could probably set that to like some sad music in the back, and or not. I mean, that's a lot of work.
It'd be worth it.
We got another call, Tyler. Actually,
right.
we got a lot more calls. I want you to guess who this is from.
Lord Dennis.
No, it's not.
TADPOG Nation, thank you. Just wanted to call and tell you, sitting at the helicopter shop, and one of my buddies has food poisoning at the moment from a restaurant in very close proximity, and was trying to fart and just shit his pants.
Nice.
Now, Dave, you've been telling me how fearful you are of shitting your pants at work.
At work, yeah.
You would just not go back to work.
I do it at home all the time.
In my line of work, it's inevitable.
You don't make Henry feel alone.
90% of the time, you're about 3 football fields from a bathroom at any given moment. So, to make his situation not look as bad, I figured I'd tell you.
I shit my pants as well.
And had to go and immediately started hustling towards the bathroom. Well, there's a certain somebody I work with who is an officious prick. reason. And I was like, hey, I got to take a shit. And he was like, you know what? Come here. So I walk over there, and during that time frame, I farted and ended up having to cut my underwear off in the bathroom and go commando for the rest of the day.
Nice.
So hopefully that makes you feel better about any situation you would have to deal with at work, Dave. But
no.
What would be the worst time that you've ever had to go to the bathroom and couldn't find a bathroom? And this is for both Dave and Tyler and any of the guest hosts who are hosting today. Well, look forward to hearing your answers, and may Lord bless.
Thanks for calling, St. Zach. I just want to start out and say, no, that makes me feel fucking worse. Like hearing a person hearing a story about a person shitting themselves at work, like makes me actually more afraid, and because it always sounds awful. It's never like,
no one has a good time.
Oh man, I shit myself at work. Dude, I got a raise. That's never the story. It's always, I had to fucking cut my underwear off and then like deal with my shitty ass around my pants all day.
I've already told mine about shitting my pants in the hospital waiting room.
Yeah.
So,
but were you looking for a bathroom?
Because I said I needed one. So they instead brought me a vomit bag.
I guess, I don't know. I kind of got that shit on lock. I mean, like, I don't go anywhere pretty much unless I check
close at hand.
Yeah, I check the poop barometer. I'm like, okay, do I think I'm going to need to poop in the next 6 hours? If I do, let's go ahead and get it out. I mean, that's pretty much how I roll. And then I'll just like coax it out. It's all right. Come on, I'll sit down.
You lay a saucer of milk out.
Yeah. I'll play DS until something's gonna happen. You sit there long enough. So yeah, I don't really have I gotta take a shit story because I trained myself from the young age to never shit in a public restroom. That's a rare occasion. Like that is a day ruiner when I have to like go into, and like it even takes me a little while to warm up to the work toilet. But like once you get used to the work toilet's kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a regular stripper. Where it's like, well, I mean, yeah, she's kind of, she's got some problems, but hey, at least I'm used to them.
My mom was talking the other day, actually, that growing up, I went to the bathroom every single place we went.
Oh, yeah?
Like every restaurant, every store. I always went to the bathroom. Had to go. So like,
pooping or peeing?
I almost exclusively go in public restrooms.
Yeah, not me, man. I got to lay out that fucking fake toilet seat of toilet paper. I got to do like double that shit up. Ugh, no way. Can't do it.
Let me probably take one more.
One more. Let's see. We got a call from 763.
Fucking TADPOG, your 5 o'clock shadowed sunglasses wearing non-host fishless J calling in. I am calling to tell you a really good story. I have a friend named Matt. Matt has a brother named Andy who has a beard and has glasses. Now, this is very important to the story because these two went on a bachelor party up to bumfuck nowhere, Minnesota, and stopped at the local strip club in bumfuck nowhere, Minnesota. And while Andy was sitting up next to the stage, a stripper came and said, "Oh, you want me to show you something good?" At which point Andy states, "Oh yes, baby." She grabs his glasses and immediately inserts them into her vagina. So, in turn, I am giving your show a beard rating of a broken man's beard after his glasses have been put into a stripper's nasty-ass vagina. And as for a glasses rating, well, you can see where I'm going with it.
Glasses that stick to the side of your head.
All right. I'm not saying I'm into that, but I mean, I don't see that. I mean, she should probably ask first. And the question shouldn't be, want to see something cool? The question should be like, are you okay if I put this?
Can I show you a miracle?
Do not let her do it.
Keep me out of there. Dave's butt or GTFO? our Sophie has gone from French to like mildly Indian, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, possibly. Sophie's forming colonies across the world.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. So you don't miss the next episode. We're soldiering on with Dorkley's top 25 N64 games with number 24, Bomberman 64. And I believe it may be up before we get to it, but I know we've already recruited Paul Kluhl of What's Paul Playing Today. He's going to be doing that list as well. So we'll have gameplay footage for that maybe earlier, and then we'll talk about it in the show too, but go ahead. I know he's doing it, so plugging What's Paul Playing Today for Bomberman 64.
Very excited about that. I really enjoyed watching him play the games that we talked about, especially the ones that I didn't enjoy, because it was always like, man, I had a miserable experience playing this game. Let's see what Paul's
probably going to have a worse experience playing this game.
And so it's always entertaining. Definitely check his stuff out.
And I feel like we should still plug, because they're still coming hard.
Sophie?
They're still coming hard. What phrasing, Tobias, phrasing. I just want to plug Mario Italiano, John Sullivan. I'll have the link to that in the show notes. Get on board for that early.
Awesome.
We got another 5-star review. Not written, but we got a 5-star review. So I'm glad somebody was
man.
okay, here you go.
It plucked me right out of that.
Here you
like
go,
1-star funk. Oh, God, that 1-star funk. I'm out. I'm back. We can finally have good shows again.
But we still need those 5-star reviews, especially in written form. So we try to incentivize you to help us out. So if there is a game you want us to play, be it like Clock Tower or Siren or something like that, include that in your 5-star review. Or if there's, say, a guest host you want for a particular episode, go ahead and throw that in there. And whatever you put in there, we promise we will get to it eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about Bomberman 64. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. You can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there. Always doing a lot of cool shit. Tyler, you normally will post the episode on Facebook, and that's like a really good way to let us know how you feel about that particular episode. Did we fuck something up? I guarantee you we did. Let us know there.
Do you have Sophie the giraffe? Do you want to show it to us?
Post pics. They can be up your butt or not. It's up to you. But just remember, it's on Facebook, so your nana might be able to see that.
And it's not a private group like we thought it was. So.
Yeah, so be very careful. I mean, there's gotta be, there's sexy Sophie photos out there. You know there is.
I know. Rule 34, it's out there.
There's Sophie/fic. We might have written it tonight on this episode.
Not Sophie.
You can find us on Twitter. We are at @tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you for everybody who's retweeting our episode posts and for tweeting at us. I really do get enjoyment out of reading those. I want to take a little moment. This ties in with what this guy called about. We do have a Patreon. If you feel like donating some money to the show, you can do that. You can do that at patreon.com/tadpog. I know Meister Wiley is cooking something up, something awesome.
Yeah.
So
when
he's ready to talk about that, we'll work something out so he can talk about it on the show. I do want to mention, because Lord Dennis specifically asked that I mention this, I think really just to get under Exalted Lord Mike's skin. We told the story about Micah donating $8.18, right? Lord Dennis decided that he wanted to one-up that. So I think he is donating like $8.36 now.
Yeah, love it.
So
love it.
He specifically asked, Dennis specifically asked that I mention that on the show. And Dennis, I'm really sorry if I got the numbers wrong. I pulled up Patreon real quick to look, and it didn't list a specific amount. So, but there you go. Dennis is on top.
Oh.
Stings.
Damn. Oh. Our theme song?
It is Moves by Sycamore Drive. A link to that track, Tyler. Well, it can be found in the show notes at tadpog.com.
Did we give everything else out? Phone number?
No. No, sure didn't. If you want to be one of the many awesome people who called, is it a slow week at the helicopter shop? Give us a call.
Give us a call.
Hey, you got a good Sophie impression? Got a good Sophie impression? Give us a call. 270-883-2555. Neither of the Nances contacted me and said fuck you. So I guess the call us and pretend to be Josh Nance
So if you have a good
contest
impression of Josh doing a Sophie impression, go ahead and go and send that in.
that's still on. So until either of them say please stop mentioning that, we'll just continue on like that's a real contest.
Yeah.
270-883-2555.
Give our Twitter if we do that. All right, then we're good. Hey, you want to close it out?
I mean, come on.
Sophie.
We gotta close out like Sophie.
So until next time,
Tropical Capricorn.
Pretty good. I did mention, like in the middle of it, I was like, shouldn't be talking about this.